So why are we spending $20, $30, $40, $50 on a relaxed fit button-down shirt when we can make these relaxed fit button-down shirts ourselves? So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a complete perfect fit and a sew along for what I have on in that Simplicity 9858, part of hashtag Make5 2025. This is my first project, by the way. So by the end of this video, you will have a custom fit button-down shirt that you crafted yourself. So this pattern is the perfect fit, no weird sizing, none of that. Just something that you created yourself. So without further ado, let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Rochelle. I'm the girl that gives you all the pattern styles, sew-alongs, and behind the scenes of any and everything in between. In today's video, I am going to be doing a quick pattern review and then off to the sew along that I created for this pattern, first pattern of hashtag Make5 2025 this year. And this is part of two collections I'll be sharing with you guys on the channel. So without further ado, to keep this video short, sweet, and to the point, I'm gonna definitely say go get a quick snack and something to drink, and let's get started. So today I'm going to be covering Simplicity 9858. Now this is a relaxed fit button-down shirt, and if you don't remember, I said this was gonna be the first pattern as part of hashtag Make5 2025. It is done. I love it, and I love the relaxed fit. So let's go ahead and get into the pattern description. Now I'm gonna give my own because I did not look at simplicity.com before sitting down, but this is a relaxed fit button-down shirt. It's a unisex pattern, by the way. Now you have two collar option, a round collar or a collar stand collar. It also has lots of top stitching. You also have a placket right here at the cuff area. You also have pockets with buttons. You have a lot of top stitching as well. And then you also have, one of the things that I'm gonna say is you have a yoke back and a yoke front. So that was the weird part that I have done that before, but that was the weird part. You would think that it was one piece, but it's two pieces. So you have a yoke front and a yoke back as well. Now for mine, it has two different sleeve options. I did the upper sleeve and the lower sleeve, which you will see in the sew along here as well. And then also, like I mentioned, there's a lot of top stitching for this one. All right. But once again, I am using Simplicity 9858. Let's go ahead and talk about the skill level for this pattern. Now, according to the back of this pattern envelope, it says easy. Don't be fooled because your girl's gonna tell you the truth. This is not an easy to sew pattern. Now, if you are an intermediate or advanced beginner, yes, this would be an easy to sew pattern. However, even though I'm an advanced sewist, this is not an easy pattern, and I'm gonna get there here shortly because the sew along will tell you why I'm gonna stamp this as an intermediate or average to sew pattern instead of an easy to sew pattern. All right. Let's talk about the notions used. So I'm going to go ahead and put up the back of the pattern envelope here so you're able to see that. But the fabric that I used was 100% cotton. This was from my stash. It is, it's a poplin actually. This is a poplin fabric, which is kind of like 100% cotton. It was from my stash. This poplin was left over from when I did, I think it was Battle of the Shirtdress. Not last year, but the year before in 2023, I believe. It was from the pattern Butterick 6890. I did a complete sew along for that pattern, I'm pretty sure. And I did the dress with the sleeveless. Yeah, it was a sleeveless green dress. So I just used the rest of that fabric in order to do this top. All right. Let's talk about pattern pieces. So in terms of pattern pieces for this pattern, I use every last pattern piece, 1 through 12. Pattern piece 1, your yoke front, 2, your front, 3, your pockets, 4, your front band, 5, your yoke back, 6, your back, 7, your collar band, 8, your sleeves, 9, your placket, 10, your collar, 10 your cuff, 11 the collar, and then 12 the lower sleeve. So I used every last pattern piece on this envelope, okay? Like every pattern piece in this envelope, I used, all right? So it's 12 pattern pieces that you will use if you're doing the same view that I did, which is view B, what the lady on the front of the pattern envelope is wearing. All right, let's talk pattern sizing. So in terms of pattern sizing, it is one envelope, and that's extra small to extra, extra large. The size that I cut is a small. Now, even though it's a small, this top still runs extra boxy, extra big on this one. I'm not mad at it though. I'm not mad at it though. I actually like it. Now, when it came to, and I'm going to be putting photos up, when it came to photo shooting, I had to try to find the sun. My daughter and I, we was running around where we took photos at, trying to find the sun. So I'm going to be honest, it's not my favorite photo shoot, or I love the photo shoots when my daughter and I could get out and get photos on the weekends. But I'm going to stamp this one as not my favorite photo shoot, but I did the best that I could with the amount of sun we had. All right. Let's talk. I talked about the size that I cut. Let's talk about modifications. Did I make any modifications? Yes, I did. Okay. So I added a tab. So I did not show this in any of the photos, but I added a tab to the sleeve to where I could roll it up. And I added a button, like you can see right here. I added a button so I'm able to do that. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to actually unbutton one of the sleeves so you could see where that tab is. So I unbuttoned one of the sleeves, and if I was to roll it up, let me roll it up for you. It's not going to be like super duper perfect because, you know, I'm just trying to show you this, right? But if I wanted to, I could roll it up, take this tab right here, and then attach it right here to this button. All right, so you can see that. That's how it would go, all right? If I just wanted to wear my sleeves cuffed up or rolled up or whatnot. So that was the only modification that I made to this one. It was a lot of top stitching. I'm not going to even lie. It was a lot of top stitching, all right? But let's talk about, did it look like the photos or the drawing on the pattern envelope? I'm going to say yes. It actually came out exactly like the pattern envelope, if I do say so myself. Like I did view B. It came out exactly the same, even though the modification I made of making the tab was just brilliant too. So what can I say? It came out the way that I envisioned it to be. All right. Let's talk about, are the instructions easy to follow? All right. So yes, the instructions are easy to follow, except for when you get to the placket area. Okay, that's why I'm glad that I started. Something told me to document the process, even if I decide not to do a sew along, because the placket area, there's a lot of gray area around it. So I did one sleeve without filming it, and it went perfectly well. The minute I did the other sleeve and was filming the second sleeve, it went really, really bad for me. And when I say really, really bad for me, it's because I should have documented the first sleeve like it's shared, like it shows in on the instructions. I'm sorry. I should have did that sleeve, but instead I did the opposite sleeve and I started sewing it the opposite way. But you'll see that in the sew along, all right? So stay tuned for the sew along, all right? Let's talk about likes and dislikes. All right, so there is one dislike. I'm not going to lie here. I'm not going to lie at all. So one of the dislikes is going to be the placket. I feel that we could have done a continuous lap and been good with that, but the placket is different. I have never done a placket right here, you know, on the sleeve. I don't think I have ever done a placket for the sleeve. I think I have always done a continuous lap, but this was different, which brings me into first time experiences. Is there any first time experiences for this pattern? Yes, it would be the placket. Like, it came out amazing, if I do say so myself, but it was like a first time experience. It wasn't challenging though. It wasn't challenging because I have made tons of plackets for shirts and stuff like that. But this one was a little different. I will say that. I will say that it was different in the way that you put this placket on when constructing the sleeve. All right. But other than that, that was a dislike. I feel like a continuous lap would have been better than the placket, but I'm not mad at it whatsoever. Another thing that I dislike about this pattern is missing buttonhole guide. It is definitely missing a buttonhole guide. My last sew along New Look 6790, I believe is the pattern number. I'll put it up so you're able to see that. That was missing a buttonhole guide as well. So I literally took New Look 6197, which was the nice colorful blouse that I did for hashtag Battle of the shirt dress. I used the buttonhole guide from that pattern in order to create this one. Now you can use Butterick 6940 as well. I'm sorry, Butterick 6946 is what you will see in the sew along, but I literally decided to change it because I felt like the buttons were going to be too close together. So I had to go back to the drawing board and redo that. All right. Would I sew this pattern again? I'm going to be honest. I'm on the fence. I like it for the sake of it being a relaxed fit button down shirt. But one thing I will say is this pattern has 12 pattern pieces. So unless I'm making it as a way of wearing it to work, I may consider making this one more time before retiring this pattern. All right. It's not a bad pattern, but I think if I make this again, I would want it in like a light purple, like plum is too dark, but more like a violet or a purple or a lilac. Those colors, I think this would be really good for that. I can't see myself making this shirt in any other color, maybe a pink, like a bright pink. But other than that, that would be good for the sorority retreat, even though it just happened this past weekend. All right. But anyway, yes and no. To be honest, would I sew it again? But would I recommend? I think I would actually sew this one more time and that's it. Would I recommend this pattern to others? Yes, that's why I did a full sew along. If you are interested, stay tuned for that. Well, that's it for this pattern, Simplicity 9858 full pattern review. Now that we did the pattern review, let me tell you guys a couple of things, okay? In order to keep sew alongs coming, do me a favor. Give your girl some love. Hit the super thanks button so you could donate to the channel. You could donate $1, $2, $5, $10. Just note that anything that you donate comes directly back to the channel for me to provide you guys with more content. Now, I do understand that Joann's is closing. I have covered Joann 3 times at this point, all right? I'll put up a couple of videos here. Now, with the closure, I am wondering kind of like, hey, Rochelle, how are you going to do all of your collections? But I do have a stash, not a stash, but a stash of fabric that I can sew through before ordering some more. So that's the plan. Now that I talked about Simplicity 9858, don't forget to hit the like button, share this video with a friend, comment in the comment section below if you are going to sew this pattern with my sew along. All right. And do what's free and not subscribe. That is the full pattern review. If you make Simplicity 9858, do not forget to tag me in your post on Instagram or here on YouTube at Rochelle.Handmade.Designs. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button, share with a friend, comment in the comments section below, and do what's free and that's subscribe. Well, that's it for this video. Until next time, keep sewing.